Hello my friends, it's Bella. This is Beauty and Beyond and I wish you a big welcome. What I want to do today is, it's not the video I had planned, but what I want to do is our beautiful Susan on here, little poet, and I'm sure most of you know that every New Year she does a New Year's tag. And I love it. It's one of my favourite tags that's on here. And a lot of us like it, and Susan done hers, and I will list that below. I will list Susan's video below. And I just love it. I love the tag, I love doing it, and she opens it to all of us, you know. And I've seen Monica do it. Monica McKillicuddy has done it, and I loved her version as well. So I will link those two videos below so you can see those ladies as well, because they're great videos. But let's get started with my ones. And thank you, Susan, for doing this tag and allowing us all to do it, because it's such fun. Okay, now rate 2021 on a guide between 1 and 10. I will say 5, because it was half good and half bad. I mean, it wasn't a great year for my health. My health sort of kind of went downhill. Most of you know that. Due to that, I was off of YouTube quite a lot. I wasn't doing YouTube anywhere near as regularly as I like to. I wasn't able to do things as, you know, my routines and things that I like as much. So that side of it, of course the pandemic as well. I mean, not being able to be free to be here, there or everywhere is hard for all of us, isn't it? But the side of it that was good is I learnt more sort of techniques with my camera and Zoom. I love Zoom now. I can, you know, I used to use Messenger before always, you know, on Facebook, but I've learnt to do Zoom now, which is a big thing for me, and I really love it. So that was great. I learnt that last year, and you know, my children and always bring me joy, and I'm here, you know, I'm here, and I got through that illness, and you know what happened, and you know, there's so much good as well. And also you know, just to be alive, just to have friends, just to know, you can't say, I cannot say that something is sort of 9 out of 10 bad, although it was a pretty crappy year for me. I've got to admit, it was a pretty crappy year. There was still a little good in it, so I'm going to do it halfway mark and say 5. Favourite memory of 2021? Definitely at the beginning of the year, I was able to see my grandchildren for the first time for ages. We'd been on lockdown and we weren't allowed to travel, and you know I live quite away from my grandchildren and my children. And it was the first time I'd seen them for ages, and it was just so lovely to see them again. Although we spoke and video called and so forth, it's the two little ones. They are now 9 and 6, and they were growing up, obviously, and towels, and it's wonderful to see Nanny and cuddles you can't have on Skype and that, you know. And my eldest grandson, who's 13, I speak to him regularly, 13, 14, I'm like 14. I speak to him regularly, but I do it through text. We do WhatsApp texting, and so I talk to him on a regular basis, but it's always through texting. So, you know, when I saw him before the lockdown, it was sort of, hello, Nan, you know, and going this time, and he said, hello, Nan. What's happened to your voice? It's so funny. So that was lovely, you know, seeing my grandchildren again. Definitely that was the best thing. That was at the beginning of the year. So question 3 was, did I change as a person in 2021? Yes, I think I did. I think we all do change every year, don't we? We learn, especially as we get older. I think we change more. I know I have. I seem to learn more as I get older. So yeah, I would say I've changed. Um, I've appreciated things a lot more. I've always been very appreciative of things. I have anyway, but I suppose where I was in hospital for a while, and it kicks your priorities in, doesn't it? It kicks your priorities in. When you have to sort of pull back and you have to deal with other things like that. And so yes, I've changed that way. I always had pretty good priorities, but I think it gives you a little jolt, doesn't it? Now this is what matters and this is what doesn't. So yes, I think I've changed like that. I've tried to be more, I'd say, laid back. When I was regular on YouTube before I became ill, and I'm never mentioning being ill again because that's the last time, I don't want it to go into this year. For years and years, I put up Tuesday, I put up Friday. They were the days. Sometimes I put extra on a Saturday. Sometimes I did a twisting one on a Sunday. Different things. It used to just go through. But I always did. My regular videos were always Tuesday and Friday. You remember if you've been with me a while. I'm not doing that now regular. What I'm doing is understanding myself and my body and how I work. Sometimes I've got strengths to do stuff and sometimes I haven't. So what I'm going to do is, wake up in the morning or before I go to bed and I think I'm going to do that tomorrow, I'm going to do that. And that's how I've carried on. I don't know what day I'm going to do them. They say it's better if you do it regularly. They say it's better if you have a regular schedule. But I think you ladies, that follow me and are so loyal to me, I think you'd follow me whatever day I come up, and I love you for that. I'm not worried about that, So yes, I think I want to be more spontaneous, as opposed. I was trying to think of that word, as opposed to being scheduled. I want to be more spontaneous. So that's where I've changed more. I would say it's. I was always very. I did this day, this day. This washing was done this day, Anna was done this day, shopping, blah, 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 blah. Cleaned the bathroom this day, did that. But now I just do, let's do that today, A little bit more, spontaneous is the word. That's how I've changed. I've become spontaneous. Number 4 is the favourite video that I did in 2021. Well, 2021 was sort of a hit and miss for me, really, wasn't it? I certainly wasn't regular. Please God, I hope for you now. I wasn't regular. I had quite a bit of time off. Lots of things happened in my life. A lot of that, I shared with you guys, and some with closer friends. And I wasn't. So it was a bit hit and miss. But my favourite video still, I would say, was not about my beauty, and my beauty products, or, my finds, or anything like that. It's one where I spoke to you about my faith. Sometimes it's hard, to make a video particularly about one thing. And it's prayerfully, I came and I did that video, and I just felt good doing it. I felt good sharing that with you, and I had some lovely responses, I just felt good, that I was doing something I love to do, and a topic that I love to speak of, and that you were listening, and I hope God was pleased. Do you know what I mean? it sort of was heartfelt for me, that one. So yes, definitely the one where I shared to you about my favourite products that have blown you away this year. One or two products. Now there's a couple of us, I know I've said this already. When I say to you, I am not impressed with stuff, you've known me, most of you have known me long enough now to know that I don't get impressed with things. You know, when they come on television and even on the shopping channels, the ones that I love, the shopping channels, you know, they come on, well, this is it, this is the item that is going 3 uses and you'll look 25, you know, that it doesn't wash with me, none of that washes with me. Too long in the tooth and I've tried too many of them. But I've got to tell you, I started watching a channel called Peach's Skincare. And the founder of the channel and the company, Peach's Skincare, is Lisa. Lisa is such a lovely person. She's so knowledgeable, but she's so humble with it as well. There's nothing, you know, everything she wants to do for you. She's so genuine, and she's so, and even if, now, her product is in America, and I'm in England, so there's no outlet for it over here, but she sent me some products complimentary. Took me a while to get into them properly, because it does. You can't give a review after a week or 2 weeks, you can't. But after a while, I was blown away. I am blown away with Lisa's products. I thought I'd tried everything on the market, every type of thing. I can't say because I'm not a chemist, but Lisa's products are like no other you've tried. I can't say what it is, I can't say why, because I don't know those things. But there's something different about them. The results are amazing. They definitely do what they say on the tin. None of them break me out. And this, I mean, my face is, it was awful when I was in hospital, but I wasn't doing anything then. You know, when around the time I was ill, it was awful, my skin. But it's come back to life, and that's all due to the help of Lisa's products. I mean, I haven't got a fantastic skin, but for 66, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. And I'm so grateful for her products. So she sent me quite a few products, kind of complimentary, which I shared with you. I loved them. And this week I put an order in for some myself over and paid the shipping to have them sent over from America. Now, I don't do things like that. Guys, you know me. I'm there looking for the bargain, looking for the budget, looking for the, you know, that's how I've always been. But I will not, I could walk the planet and I wouldn't find, I know I won't find anything else like Lisa's products. So I've sent for some and I'll wait for those to come from America. And they have blown me away. I absolutely love them. Thank you, Lisa. I love you too. Number 6 and last question. What creator impressed you the most in 2021? This is always so hard to say. It's always so hard because there's so many. And the longer you're on here and the longer you know people, and you admire so many, there's so many that I'd admired. Some new ones that have come up that I never knew before. Lisa, for instance. And, you know, there's some that I've followed and been friends with for years and years and years. And I can't make a comparison. It's just too hard to pick one out. But if I had to say one, to impress many of you guys, my fellow content creators, many of you have absolutely blown me away with your content. I love all of it. But if I had to say one this year, it's a lady that's done nothing but support me has always been behind me, has an enormous skill. Is so talented. She's an absolute artist, a makeup artist. She's kind, she's not full of herself, she's giving, she's helpful, and last year or the year before she was diagnosed with a very debilitating illness, and yet it hasn't held her back. It hasn't held her back. She's there and she's showing as much love, and she's as beautiful as she ever was. And that's Natalie the beauty diva. I love Natalie. I admire her immensely. She picks me up, she lifts me whenever I watch her. And I know that she, you know, off screen she's got this illness and that she works through it so well. But I'm sure there's times when she doesn't feel like that. But she still stands, she still does it, she still does this incredible makeup, beautiful products, and she's so kind, so kind. And she spoke about me when I had hardly any subscribers, as you know, did others. But for this year, I would definitely say Natalie is the one that stood out for me. I just love her. I love you, Natalie. Okay guys, so that was my take on our beautiful Susan's New Year tag. Hope you enjoyed it. I will link down below Susan's version, but well, obviously she's the creator, Monika's version, and I will also link Natalie's channel. I'm sure you know these channels, but I will link Natalie the Beauty Diva, just in case you don't know. I don't know where you've been if you don't, but I'll link her channel anyway. There's 3 lovely ladies. Also, on my list below, when you drop down below the information, in there somewhere is a list of mature channels. List of ladies over 40, 50, 60. So if you're looking for that sort of genre, if you're looking for a more mature creator, or if you're just interested in more mature creators, there's a list down there of some lovely ladies. So I will see you again in my next video. I think this is the 3rd one this week. I bet you're getting fed up with me. I will see you again in my next video. Please take great care of yourselves. I promise I'll cook for you next week. I promise I'll do all that cockney food. I promise. I will see you again in my next video. Take care. Bye.